Skratch here, coming at you today in Raid Shadow Legends. I am not alone. I'm joined by Skratch AK47. Skratch, how you doing, brother?
What's up, Ash? Doing pretty good. It's been a while, man. So happy to chat a bit about Raid here. Quite a few changes in the game since we talked.
I know, bro. Dude, I don't know about you, but I've been slacking on collabs here on the channel. I've been slacking. I've just been so busy, you know? So I'm thrilled to have you on because we're actually going to talk about something today that I've already spoke about in my last video. I think it was like Raid Shadow Legends is burning or something, right? The community essentially very, very angry. But I thought, and a lot of people in the comments requested me bring somebody else on to talk about this stuff. And it feels like every day is kind of a mini PR nightmare for Plarium and Raid Shadow Legends. It really started with Brimstone and the nerf to Brimstone, not touching polymorph, stuff like that. Basically, the decision-making behind the balancing that they've decided to do here. A lot of players feeling super disenfranchised, hurting the players who need it the most, the extra damage, helping them get, 1 keys or whatever on Hydra Clan Boss with that Brimstone and regular Clan Boss too. I wanted to start there because there's a bunch of new stuff too that I'm going to pile on here as we go. But I wanted to start there, Skratch, and get your thoughts on the whole, especially as somebody who's in the top clan in the game, how are things right now in your clan? And then how do you feel about things overall with the blessings changes?
So yeah, how you mentioned it, you nailed it. They nerfed the blessings that matter the most for the average Joe player,
Yeah.
As endgame, I don't feel like any of us really got affected by those particular masteries, blessings getting nerfed, sorry. The one thing that I can say is you have the Sand Devils, you have the Iron Twins Fortress, and if you don't have a high awakening with Brimstone, for example, that becomes irrelevant because the bosses can cleanse it. That's what made Brimstone good before. And not only that you need to have the accuracy for it, not only that it's just not guaranteed anymore, and it's just a pain generally for people. And how you mentioned, we all expected to see nerfs on polymorph. Like I was ready before all that happened to put my hand in fire and be like, they're gonna nerf polymorph, And when they actually just put the text out in Discord saying was a no-brainer, Brimstone and the Phantom Touch, no polymorph, no nothing else, I was like, are you guys serious? Are you so disconnected from the game? But if you stay to think about it, they're not actually disconnected. They just wanted to keep the OP thing for the Krakens out there so they can keep on going to get their ship at a higher level, And then the blessings that really impacted the majority of the community, the people that were struggling with some of the content, they got nerfed, the important ones for the average Joe, to say it like this, And I feel like was a pretty dirty move from their side to do it like this, honestly. I wish they wouldn't have changed those blessings,
I completely agree, and it doesn't really seem like they're backing off at all. As a matter of fact, we have the Brimstone Blessing fix notification just yesterday in game, and they say they fixed it. That was basically that you could spread the smite with the debuff spread, and now you can update it without costing gems one time on your champions. It doesn't seem at all like they're doing any reversal whatsoever of the Brimstone Blessing or Phantom Touch, so that's a bummer. And then today I log on to see, again, this is not the end of the world. To me, it's just more of these little things, some big things like the blessings, but then little things added on to that. So I see today, I mean, someone tweeted me about this. I should pull up the tweet, but I'm not going to. But like the legendary summon party, have you seen this, Skratch, in game where it's like, but that's not all. If you manage to summon any of these powerful couples during this summon boost, you'll receive a special Valentine's Day gift. It will contain a legendary skill tome, 420 multi-battles, 50 XP brews, 400 energy, and 500k silver. Okay, so I get 1 legendary skill tome, Skratch. That's like the big reward, 400 energy, ooh. And what do I have to do for that? On a non-2-time event, all I have to do is pull a Xavier and a Bellinor, or a Rhodos and a Siphi, a Sissia and a Cardo, Yumeko and Corrado, aka a Void Legendary and their companion. I need to pull both of them, and note, you need to summon both champions before any of the above listed couples during the boost to receive the gift. We should be getting this gift for free, Skratch. I mean, after all they've done, right? Am I being greedy here? Or we're like, come on, man.
No, I think you nailed it here. The thing is, they mentioned it yesterday when they announced the 10x event. but they haven't really gave us details of what the actual special pack is gonna be. Now, honestly, is something extra, but the chances for it to summon those champions, this is not an incentive
Dude, how
for
about
anyone to
fully
go and
book the
summon.
freaking champion, Skratch? How about that? How about
Or
20 legendary skill tomes? How about you get that? That should be the reward for how hard that is to get those 2 champions, right?
it is extremely hard, man. Like
One book, bro. That can book
it's
1/50th of one of those champions, of two of those champions, you know? And you know
it's
what's sad,
crazy hard.
Scratch? You know what's sad? Sorry, I invite you on the
That's
channel.
fine, go on then.
But
Go
you know
on.
the thing, you know what's really sad, bro? Is that they've got us so brainwashed that one legendary skill tome to me is like, oh, those rewards are not that bad. One legendary skill tome. And dude, bro, that's like awful. You know what I'm saying? Sorry.
It is. I think it would have been nice from them to give you at least a 3-star soul for each one of the champions. You know,
That's cool. Yeah, something.
That would have been something worth it for some people to try. Even like that, I'll be honest, I wouldn't try it. You know, like I'm planning to go for Yumeko because that's literally the only meta champion that I want to get, and I'm not planning to open anything else for Karato. You know, like I'm not planning to open for CC. I don't have CC. I would love to get her, but I'm just gonna let it come in natural. I'm not gonna chase it, you know, because it's just a PvE champion in my book. So I won't be really getting value out of that champion on the account. You know, yeah, I can make a spider team 2 seconds faster, but is that really gonna change my life? No. So
exactly,
you know what
exactly.
I mean?
So I did want to pivot about, because I haven't done much content here on the channel at all. Actually, I haven't done really any. I think I mentioned it in passing about what we know is coming soon in Raid Shadow Legends, and I really want to. I don't want to be unfair here in my criticism or whatever of the game. However, I want to be real at the same time, and it seems like again people are not excited about what's coming, which is a bummer because I said in my last video that, dude, Plarium, if you're watching, now is the time to give us any good news that you possibly have. You know, tell us now. But they have told us some stuff. Skratch, why don't you go ahead and I'll let you talk for 2 seconds in this collab, right? Why don't you tell us what is coming in terms of dungeons and PvP?
Yeah, so we got the Sand Devil's Necropolis after the Iron Twins Fortress. Both of them, they weren't really a success, right? Like the majority of people, they are not excited about the content. It's pretty challenging for a lot of people. I feel like the main mistake that Plarium does is that they unlock this content very early. I feel like Sand Devil's Necropolis should probably open up after you reach level 60. Iron Twins Fortress should should open up as well after you reach around level 60. Because what's happening, like I'm doing quite a lot of takeovers, and a lot of time people spend some money right in game, they buy shards. You see level 8, level 50 players with all the Plarium play points completed, the very first page, moving to the second page, which none of us can see what is there, and they haven't even completed campaign. They haven't even got the arbiter missions, and they want to beat all the content in first week, and they see everything that's open for them, and it's confusing. There's a lot of stuff open, and people are getting kind of like debated, thinking that that's it, I can beat everything, you know. So I feel like Plarium definitely opens too much of the content early on. There should be things that they only open at level 60. Like I've played a lot of different games where, yeah, I'm looking at the game, I need to reach level 80 to unlock something, and I'm like, damn, that's gonna take me months, you know. But it's not on my mind that, okay, I gotta do that, you know. And in the end, I'm gonna end up in not being able to beat that content, and it's gonna create me frustration, you know. And I feel like a lot of people get frustrated because they're not able to complete some of this content, which is so overtuned for the average Joe account that just started playing recently, and that's why it's been received so negative. And then the energy consumption and many other things, that the rewards are not really worth it, the effort, you know what I mean? So I feel like they need to start adjusting a bit the rewards, at least for the Iron Twins Fortress. I feel like
totally agree there.
Extremely awful there, you know. Sand Devil's Necropolis, yeah, you want to do it, you don't want to do it, it's fine. It's not really much that they can change there. I feel like maybe adjusting a bit the energy cap, raising it up to 150 at least, that will give per refill, right? So just make a refill 150 energy, raise the energy per level like they're supposed to do when they increase from level 60 to 100, but they haven't. And then people won't be feeling as frustrated that, okay, I have no energy to farm the new content. And I feel like it's just creating that frustration. And what I think is happening now because we have this dungeon that was added next to the Sand Devil's Necropolis, right? Which will be used to ascend the accessories from the Spider Dungeon.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like the Sand Devil's Necropolis got such a bad feedback, and it got received so bad by the community that they scrapped the idea of releasing this early, which I really thought that would be the next content in line, the new dungeon. But instead, how you probably noticed, we discussed it before, but if you go on Platinum Play, what's new? Usually you're able to see everything that's gonna come to the game before they even announce it to us as content creators, because the Platinum Play kind of like leaks it before. And you see Live Arena is gonna be the next move by the looks of it. And most probably that's gonna happen in the next 2 to 3 weeks near their anniversary. I feel like that's gonna be the main thing there.
So you think so? Live Arena coming up, and probably the new dungeons too, right?
I feel like those ones, they've just been added to the data mine, and I feel like the mythical bosses, for mythical gear, those dungeons, I feel like they're definitely around 6 months away at a minimum.
Oh, okay.
And
do you know anything about live PvP? Do we know anything about it? Has anything else been leaked that I missed?
no, not really, except that you're gonna have, probably
Live.
like in any other game, you're gonna have a specific time to take your time and choose the action with each one of the heroes. The fights are gonna be probably pretty long. I just hope they're gonna change the system in how you can actually select the opponent. Don't be like classic arena, because even though there are a lot of big clans in the game, a lot of competition for arena on Platinum Reset. It's not, the PvP is not the strong part of the game, but that's what keeps a lot of end game players in, and Krakens, Wells, because that's their fun in it. And I just hope they're gonna be able to make it like a blind arena, so you can't really dodge your clanmates anymore, and some things that need a bit to change around it, and I feel like, yeah, definitely the very top tier of live arena, whatever it's gonna be, is gonna be reserved for Kraken's Wells, same as Platinum Arena during reset. Is you have gear, you have champions, it's gonna be the same. But I just hope the rewards are gonna be decent for the rest of the tiers. I hope they're not gonna get locked like the Bazaar locks the good rewards in tiers, just to keep all the players interested into it. Like, you don't need to lock all the rewards in the game if you want the people to enjoy it and stay and play your new content. So hopefully they're not gonna fail with it. I'm hoping.
Yeah, man. I mean, me too, but I'm not like super hopeful. But at the same time, I don't know what to think, Skratch. Like, is your clan, like, so the top players in the game, right? Are these guys looking forward to whatever's coming, like PvE or whatever, or PvP live real time? Or like, what is the general temperature of your clan?
Some of them, they're like, damn, this is gonna be like 5-10 minutes a fight, and everybody's gonna take the piss out of you because they're gonna leave the timer till the end just to kind of like annoy you, to troll people, and it's not gonna be as fun, because it's actually pretty hard to imagine a live arena in this game.
It is,
considering how many champions we have, how many different skills you could use, and how many different actions you could potentially take. In the end, it's still gonna resume to, okay, I'm gonna use the increased attack. It's not like, okay, I need 20 minutes to think about what action I'm gonna do, because it's not that complex. It's not like I'm gonna anticipate the enemy's moves, because I already know kind of like what he's planning to do, because the champions, right? So as long as people are in there to have the fun and not to troll other people, like, okay, I'm gonna spend 20 minutes in here just to piss the other one off, maybe he's gonna quit the fight, I think it's not gonna be too bad in terms of the actual interaction and fight.
I shouldn't even say this, because I feel like there's been a lot of letdowns lately, but I'm looking forward to seeing what it is, honestly, just to be real. Like just how they structure the whole thing. But my biggest thing is, and I've been saying this for a while, Skratch, is like, I just want to make sure that they are making it fun, viable for non-spenders, non-whales, I guess is a better way to put it. Because if not, then this is the thing, and it goes back to the blessings, right? It's for me, my major concern is like kowtowing to the spenders, which we are, by the way, like, full disclosure. But if they keep kowtowing to us, like, there's not going to be a player base left eventually, right? Like, I don't want to be hyperbolic, but it's really to the point where, like, they can't keep disenfranchising. And this is what you were mentioning earlier that I actually really agree with, is the new players, man. Like, the number one complaint from new players that I receive, and you touched on it there, is like, it's just too overwhelming, too confusing, right? There's a million things going on all the time in this game. There's a million different areas. I can't imagine being a new player now. This game, when I started 4 years ago, Scratch, it was really confusing. There was a lot of crap going on, man, you know? And now I can't even imagine. I might be like, yeah, no time for this freaking game, dude. Like, I can't, you know? Like, I don't know what I would think, but I don't know, man. It's crazy. So I'm worried about all that stuff as well. And then there's just all the little quality of life stuff that really just adds up over time, you know? The biggest thing for me, and we'll talk more about this on your channel, so kind of wrap the conversation in a moment here. But for me, the biggest thing is like, not to belabor the point, because I know I just, bitched about it a minute ago, but dude, like skill tomes, there's no way to even get them, man. Like, there's nothing. It really sucks that they give you all, like, to players' benefit, they give you a lot of awesome free champions, the Rondas and the Ultimate Death Knights of the world, fantastic, previously ninjas, etc., etc. That's awesome. Still, the Dregs, Vizix, awesome. They're great champions. They're free. Drexstar we can buy. Fantastic. Yannicka in the shop. Yakarl in the shop. I can keep going here. There's some even good campaign champions. But what sense does it make? And I'm sorry, I always harp on the same thing, but this is the biggest mind-boggling thing in this game to me, is what sense does it make to, like, the biggest thing you need to do to upgrade your champion? There's just no way to do it, man. Like, you have to hope to get lucky in Clan Boss. But even that, it takes you a while to get to the stages that you can actually farm, stages that give you those books. Anyway, I'm rambling here or ranting a little bit of both probably. But for me, like, dude, just throw us a bone and give us some skill tomes. Why doesn't Plarium in their head right now? Why don't they say, hey, the player base is really angry. We've shared a lot of bad news with them lately. Let's retain the player base. Give them some stuff, give them some stuff, keep them playing, re-engaged, because people who are playing are people who are spending, Anyway, I digress a little bit. Any thoughts on any of that stuff?
I definitely agree with the skill tomes, and I feel like we've been going on this topic for
I know. It's an old dead horse that we keep kicking. Yes.
And I really wish they would just step it up. Like, before, let's just say 3 years ago, I understood the whole concept behind books because they want to monetize that. They didn't really have so many things to monetize, right? They had the shards and the books, right? Yeah. Pretty much that's what they were monetizing. Then they added gear. Now they added so many things that they're monetizing.
Blessings,
right?
dude.
I feel like they can just take a bit from here, right? From their big pot and just throw it to the community. Add a legendary skill tome weekly at your weekly.
Seriously.
Weekly quest. Add one of those there. Add a rare one at the daily ones, Just, even if you don't need that many, at least you're getting a rare one from there. Weekly, get an epic one or a legendary. Just add more skill tomes at the quest. They don't need to give us 100 extra every week, Just 1-2 of them a week, or like this. It adds up every month, And slowly you're gonna be able to probably almost double the amount of champions that you can book, because you need to get masteries, you need to ascend them, you need to level them up. There's so many resources going into them. Like, they can just drop a bit all the monetization and just kind of like throw a bone, every now and then.
And that's the thing, man. That's the thing, right? And I agree 1,000% with you, bro. It's just like, this is not. I mean, no, man. This is not the like. I don't understand who's running the show there, because I know there's so many good people, smart people, amazing people who care about the game so much. And I know that's the majority of people at Plarium, right? So, like, I'm not even trying to take a shot at everybody, but, like, the decision makers that are like, no, we are going to double down and triple down on making everything cost $1 million per champion, rather than it's supposed to be a carrot and a stick in gacha games. And we're not getting any carrots, man. We're only getting the sticks, Give us some freebies, keep us engaged, and then we'll keep spending, man. All right, my very, very final question. This is like the thing that probably nobody cares about, but I just saw that they finally announced that we're going to be getting in secret rooms in Doom Tower, forge material. No more champions being added, okay, to the secret rooms. I think this probably affects almost nobody, but I have actually been steadfastly doing my secret rooms every single rotation, right? So I'm there. I have no more champions to get in the hard track. So, dude, like, this to me is a microcosm of another thing they could do, low-hanging fruit, right? It's just like, throw us some freaking throw us some books, throw us some soul stones, man. I mean, the soul stone and blessing and awakening market in this game is so effed, dude. Like, there's it's so expensive, bro. It's so expensive
and constant, and
yeah.
it's constant.
Okay, so
the thing is, the biggest thing that I've seen there, the biggest thing that I've seen with the soul stones is when they actually made the pack, right, was the $99 pack, and they let you buy it 8 or 9 times, and it's just random depending what algorithm they're using for different accounts. But when you have the big krakens purchasing that, yeah, they're gonna keep on selling it like that. It doesn't matter that only 10 people buy it for them, you know, because that's kind of like what they're aiming at. The big krakens.
If 10 people buy, spend $100,000 a month, then it equals what everybody else might spend or whatever.
Exactly. So that's kind of like how they're going. And to catch back on your Doom Tower and secret rooms would be amazing if you complete all the 12 secret rooms. On a rotation, you're getting a legendary skill tome, you're getting one of these soul stone, one of the other. And in terms of champions, I'm actually glad that they dropped the champions, because there are only 3-4 good champions in the entire collection of the Doom Tower ones. And by the time every single one of you guys out there watching, by the time you're going to reach to get the legendaries, the epics are actually better. But by the time you get to collect the legendaries, you're just going to put them in the vault because you don't have a use for them. The only one useful is Euros, the Soul Cage, because he's going to farm the Doom Tower boss for you.
Yeah.
But honestly, I think it's good that they removed them, because we're just filling the space, useless, basically, you know.
I agree. You know what? Let's continue this conversation on your channel here, because I still have a ton to talk about, and I'm sure you do too. Skratch, thank you so much for joining me. Guys, thank you for watching until the end. Feel free to leave where do you agree with us? Where do you disagree with us? At the end of the day, I'm still kind of like, I'm a sucker because I'm still excited to see what's coming and stuff. But boy, bro, I just wish that I wish they would listen a little bit, you know? I wish they would listen to like videos like this.
5% only. That's all they need to give us. 5%. And that would make the world, yeah?
I agree, man. Just listen to some of this stuff. Anyway, we'll see you on Skratch's channel. Guys, thank you for watching, and as always, take care, guys.